People are already talking about how the climate has gotten so, humid. People are talking about what chip chip ho raha hai, it was just raining, the spell of rain and the destruction, devastation that it brings as well. This time around, the record rainfall that the national capital also saw. I mean, it was a deluge like like scenario. Now, get ready to stare at the driest ever August. That's the climate crisis that we're looking at.
Since 1901.
By Tuesday morning, since 1901.
Since 1901.
The driest August since 1901. By Tuesday morning, the country had received 160 mm of rain this month. Never has the rainfall figure for August been less than 190 millimeters. What are the likely implications and what is the outlook for the upcoming month of September? Amitabh Sinha has put out a real nice explainer on it. It's called Explain Climate on the Indian Express. A lot of other papers that are carrying this particular news as well. Now, August is the second rainiest month in India after July. In a normal year, August sees about 255 millimeter rainfall over the country, accounting for about 22% of the annual rainfall, which is a totality of about 1160 millimeters of rainfall. July is the rainiest month, which accounts for a little over 24%. So, not a lot of big difference over here. August accounts for 22% of the annual rainfall and July 24%. This time around, 190 mm, which is the base mark for every year for the month of August in terms of rainfall. This year, we are looking at a bare 160 millimeters of rainfall. So, climate crisis is certainly real because sometimes it gets too rainy, you can't control it, it gets too much. Otherwise, it just gets too dry. Take a look at those visuals.
Also, Kabir, this time when we look at the rain pattern, have you noticed one thing? Areas that we don't expect rain to be that high are witnessing huge rainfall, and when areas that are required to get that kind of rainfall, well, those areas are becoming dry. A lot of states have deficit rainfall in the south, while a lot of states in the west, north, they are having more than expected rains, and it is above average in certain places, resulting in floods, flash floods, landslides. I mean, so the irony about the rain play itself is fact that climate is changing, and are we prepared for it? Because if certain areas where we depended on certain kind of food to grow, and if those areas are actually crops are going to fail because of deficit rainfall, I think alarm bells are going to ring.
Absolutely, and you know what Amitabh Sinha has put out in terms of information, it says after good rainfall in July, El Nino effect on monsoon, but some startling data over here. It says driest states this August, and take a look at this. In Gujarat, this year in the month of August, the rainfall was just 20.9 mm, when the period normal is actually 206.1 mm. This is an 90% efficiency in its normal rainfall. In Kerala, 46.4 mm rainfall this August, when it usually gets 421, another 90% deficiency in rainfall. In Rajasthan, 30 mm when it usually gets 150 mm. Karnataka, 52.7 mm when it usually gets 206. The same goes for Punjab, which got 55 millimeters of rainfall when it usually gets 141. Haryana gets 58, got 58, usually gets 140. Delhi gets 180, this time around got 87. So, another 50% deficiency over here as well. So, the lowest deficiency marker is also 50%. Aadhi barish hui hi nahi is August. Mind boggling, appalling stuff. When just a couple of months back, there was record rainfall. Yamuna was in spate. People had to let go of their homes. People lost so much up in the hills because of the rains, the landslides, and the destruction. So many people have lost their lives, let alone damage to property.
That's what I'm saying. How do you explain this rain pattern? It's very difficult to explain this rain pattern, and we have to understand that climate change is for real, and it's going to pinch our pockets, it's going to pinch our exchequers, and we have to do something about it. It's high time we moved out of fossil fuel driven.
What do you suggest? What do you
change.
suggest we do here?
See, the thing is that we have to look into innovations. We have to start cooling the planet. We can't let it go, have this huge fever of, every year trying to figure out whether it is increased. The temperatures, average temperature increased by 1 degree to 3 degrees.
It says here September's. Next year's rainfall is going to be very key. With 2 days of the month to go, countrywide rainfall in August stood at 160 when it usually gets 190 on an annual note. 33% below normal. This is the actual figure. It's the driest month of August was recorded in 2005 when 191.2 mm of rain was lodged, which was 25% below. So, it was 2005 when little bit drier amount was noted, but 1901, I mean, the monsoon is fluctuating. All India month-wise rainfall, June was -9% efficiency, August is -33% efficiency, and at 22 monsoon break days. There were from the 1st of July till the 30th of August, there were 22 breaks between monsoons. So, it was not a constant monsoon, and that's also played its part over here, Varghese.
Well, that's, those statistics are very crazy. Even when it comes to El Nino, most of the times it has a pattern when it appears, when the heating of the Pacific Ocean happens and then it changes the weather pattern across the world. But now scientists are also saying that El Nino is becoming frequent than normal.
Right.
So that is also a worrying factor in this. So basically, what I would say is that the world is heating up, the planet is heating up, it's got a big fever, and I think it's time we start thinking that, the planet will survive, we might not.
Well, I mean, isn't that what's going to happen in any case?
The biggest problem with climate change is that we say that save the planet. The planet doesn't require saving. It is us that requires saving.
All right.